Your deployment says green, but users are seeing timeouts. Do you check CloudWatch, the load balancer, IAM, or the route table first? That is the kind of operational judgment behind AWS Certified CloudOps Engineer Associate Exam SOA-C03. It is aimed at CloudOps engineers and other operators who deploy, manage, troubleshoot, network, and secure AWS workloads. AWS recommends roughly a year of relevant AWS operations experience, but it does not publish a mandatory prior certification. In the next few minutes, you will learn the 5 weighted domains, how they connect during one production incident, and a study plan built around evidence and decisions rather than memorizing a wall of service names. The exam has 65 questions in 130 minutes and costs $150. AWS lists multiple choice and multiple response questions, delivered at Pearson VUE test centers or online. 50 questions are scored, 15 are unscored and not identified. 3 domains each carry 22% of scored content: monitoring and remediation, reliability and business continuity, and deployment and automation. Networking carries 18%, while security carries 16%. These weights do not translate into fixed visible question counts, because the unscored questions are mixed in. Think of the blueprint as one loop: detect, diagnose, remediate, recover, and prevent the same failure from returning. Domain 1, at 22%, covers metrics, alarms, logs, remediation, and performance tuning. Learn the evidence chain. CloudWatch collects operational signals, CloudTrail records API activity, an alarm or EventBridge rule makes a decision, Lambda or a systems manager automation runbook takes action, then fresh metrics verify recovery. For our slow application, a latency alarm can route through EventBridge to an approved runbook while the operator checks who changed the system in CloudTrail. Study tip: build the chain once, then compare what a metric, an application log, and an API audit event can actually prove. Also practice reading EBS, S3, RDS, and EC2 performance signals before changing capacity. Domain 2 is also 22%. It tests scaling, caching, health checks, multi-AZ designs, backups, versioning, and disaster recovery. The important distinction is availability versus recoverability. Auto-scaling, ELB health checks, and multi-AZ can keep service running. Backups and disaster recovery patterns govern how you return after a larger failure. Suppose the database is unhealthy. A multi-AZ failover and a point-in-time restore solve different problems. Choose by recovery time objective, recovery point objective, and cost. Study tip: make a table for backup and restore, pilot light, warm standby, and active. For each, write the likely recovery speed, data loss tolerance, operational effort, and cost trade-off. Domain 3, another 22%, covers provisioning and automation. Keep 3 layers separate. CloudFormation, CDK, or Terraform describes desired infrastructure. Systems Manager operates existing fleets. EventBridge and Lambda react to events. Automation is useful, but a bad target or permission can scale a mistake across accounts. If a stack set succeeds everywhere except one account, do not redeploy blindly. Read the CloudFormation events, then check IAM permissions, subnet capacity, account and region targeting, and rollback state. Study tip: practice diagnosing a failed stack from the first error outward, and review changes, scope targets, preserve rollback, and verify the result. Domain 4 is 16%. It covers IAM, multi-account controls, encryption, secrets, compliance, and security findings. Effective access is not determined by one IAM policy. Identity and resource policies interact with conditions, permission boundaries, and organization controls such as service control policies, and explicit deny wins. When an automation role gets access denied, use CloudTrail for evidence, then test the policy path with IAM Access Analyzer or the policy simulator before broadening permissions. Study tip: classify controls as preventive, detective, or corrective, and connect KMS, ACM, config, guard duty, inspector, security hub, and secret storage to the problem each one addresses. Domain 5 carries 18% and tests VPC connectivity, private networking, DNS, content delivery, network protection, cost, and troubleshooting. For every timeout, trace the path in order: DNS, CloudFront or Global Accelerator, load balancer, route, security group, network ACL, target, and return path. If private subnet instances cannot reach an AWS service, compare a NAT route with a VPC endpoint or private link path. Then use route tables, flow logs, service logs, and reachability analyzer to replace guessing with evidence. Study tip: draw packet paths by hand and mark which controls are stateful, which are stateless, and where translation or caching occurs. Use this practical plan. First, build one small lab for each failure boundary: alarm to runbook, scaling and restore, failed infrastructure deployment, access denied investigation, and packet path diagnosis. Then turn every missed practice question into 3 notes: the objective, the evidence, and why the tempting answer fails. On exam day, answer every question. AWS says unanswered questions are wrong and there is no guessing penalty. The passing score is 720 on a scale 100 to 1000 range, not a raw 72%. Practice for SOA-C03 at the link in the description. For WSQ funded training, visit tertiarycourses.com.sg.